Hello everyone, and welcome back. It's time to get these rocks switched out again, get them into step 4, and that's going to be the final step. Definitely getting pretty nice and smooth. Once again, got a pretty good slurry in there. Wow. Let's go get these washed up. Well, here we have them now. I mean, some of these are, look at the color in that one. I mean, it's just a cool rock, but very nice. If you guys remember this one, I mean, this is a really neat looking rock, and it has a lot of quartz. It's kind of translucent, but remember it had this little softer area in it, and it's still rough. It's not getting any, I don't know, shiny or harder. I'm going to have to take this one out. I do not want this one in the polish, because if there's anything caught in there, it'll definitely screw up the whole entire batch. Here's that big quartz one. This one is going to shine up really nice. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just ended up just being a cool rock, but it's really cool because we've been following it the whole time. Here's that one banded rock. Pretty nice. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of when you look at the bluffs that are out in North Dakota and stuff. Kind of looks like one of those hills. Let's take a look at some of these real agates. There's that one with all those circles in it. Look at all of those lines. This one here has that. You remember that one? That looks really nice. See, in our goal, you see what they look like when they're wet like this. Well, that's the goal. In the end, it should look shiny just like this. So anyway, let's bring these inside. Oh, look at that one. Bring these inside. I'm going to get them washed up with the toothbrush and get them into step 4. This is another one right here. It's kind of got some rough edges. At this point in the game, you don't want anything chipping off or anything because it'll scratch the other ones. I'm going to pull this one out. Kind of a boring looking rock anyway. Would have been nice though, kind of would have been a shiny, kind of a tooth looking one, but I'm going to pull it out of this batch, and then what I'll do is next time I can grind these again and some of this will come off of there. These little tiny ones, just want you to look at that. I mean, this won't be much of a rock because it's so tiny and so thin, but look at the little bands in there and it's translucent. It's the little cool ones like that that are fun to watch. So this stuff here, I mean, the last stuff was like flour. This stuff is, oh, it's still like flour. It's just completely a very, very soft, like kind of like baby powder. There we go. So with this batch, I am going to add a few more of these ceramic fillers here, these small ceramic pellets, just to get a little bit more volume in there. Keep everything mixing around real good. For this batch here, just like every other batch, we're going to do 10 level tablespoons. And remember, that's 10 tablespoons for a 6-pound tumbler. It changes for all the other ones. So there's already a little bit of water in there, but now we have to add water once again, so it just comes up through the rocks. I usually like to mix it up a little bit. I don't know. You think if there's 10 tablespoons of stuff that's like flour, you think it would soak up the water. It really doesn't, but this is just about how you want it, just like this. Before we close that up, I wanted to show you, now these are those 2 rocks that I'm not putting in there, and you've seen them when they were wet and they were really shiny, but you can see when they're dry, they're still dull. And you know what? Every batch does not turn out perfect. Some of the rocks that I have in here are not going to be completely shiny. And sometimes you get, it's kind of like making a homemade bread when you're a bread maker, and sometimes you get a flat loaf. With these here, sometimes you just get a bad batch. But I got some really good rocks in here that I know are going to polish up really nice. One of the main questions that I get is, what are you going to do with these rocks? Well, you know, I don't know. I might not do anything with them, but one thing that's neat, if you can get like a 1-gallon pickle jar and you get them full of polished rocks and set them on the counter or wherever you want to put them, people come over, I guarantee you they're going to ask about the rocks. You're going to open it up, they're going to look at the rocks, they're going to love the rocks. Some things I do with the rocks or get done with the rocks. If you guys watch Joe and Zach's Survival Channel, the Backwoods Cabin, the Winter Workshop projects, when my dad makes the furniture, he made a table, just a little end table for the side of the couch or a chair. And he raised it up and he filled that whole thing with liquid glass, and he put all kind of little stuff in there. And some of the stuff he put in there was some of my polished rocks, and then covered that with the liquid glass, and it looked really nice. Another thing I do with the polished rocks is before, when I polished a lot of them, I had a lot in a 5-gallon bucket, and I did a water feature in the backyard of the house prior to the one I live in now, where it was like a little stream that came down, there was a small waterfall, then it went down, there was a bigger waterfall into the basin, and that last 4 feet between the little drop and the final drop, I filled the whole bottom of it with the polished rocks, and that water would go through there, and I mean, it was a really nice landscaping feature. Okay everyone, well, thanks a lot for watching. We'll be back here in another 7 or 8 days. I think this one was 8 days later. And hopefully we'll have a very nice finished product.